Shalom, giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. All right, and we're going to watch prophecy, go into prophecy watch. All right, as the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right, become more and more clear, as it says in the book of Isaiah, the 55th chapter, and the 11th verse. So shall my words be, all right, that shall go forth out of my mouth. They shall not return unto me void, but they will accomplish, all right, all that I set out for the word to accomplish. All right, and when we go into the volume of the book, all right, in end time prophecy, all right, the kings of the earth will lead a great rebellion against the Most High, okay, trying to X out his plans, all right, to establish his son as the ruler of the earth, and his sons, which are the sons of God, the Israelites. Ultimately, they're trying to disrupt the Most High's plan, and they're raging, okay, to root out the truth in the earth, all right, and to make, all right, particular talking points illegal, all right, and if they can do that, that will give them, all right, major progress in their plan to establish an NWO, all right, and ultimately to establish that micro CHIP, which will give them full control in Godhead, all right, of all the Heavenly Father's creation, okay, and ultimately you will be forced to bow the knee to their image, all right, and take their mark, all right, and by bowing your knee to their image, that means you accept, all right, of their ways, their gods, their rebellion, and you're okay with it, which when you listen to our doctrine, all right, it's a, it's a declaration, all right, directly opposed to the image of the beast. That's what it says in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, that we are to declare and publish this truth, all right, that Baal is confounded, all right, Babylon is going to be destroyed, Marduk, all of their idols and gods are, broken into pieces, which, as the scriptures say, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the pulling down of strongholds that run this world and that have controlled the narrative for years. All right. And as we can see, the powers that be are honing in on free speech, all right, and bringing in draconian measures as the Bible said they would. And this is nothing new. It's just that we're, all right, at the very end where Esau, Edom, and the heathen that are joined unto him have power, all right, that, more than any other kingdom has ever ruled in the earth. They have more influence. They have technology. They have the ability to, create or push a false narrative and have the whole world to believe it, all right, and to destroy you based on the lie they told. Okay, they have deep fake. They have all of these various different, technologies and left-handed means to, basically forge a victory. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, basically forge a birthright, where ultimately they rule in the earth, all right, eternally by left-handed means and become gods. See? And right now, all right, they're making moves to basically cut the truth out of the earth. Anything that's opposed to their plan, anything that exposes them, they're trying to root it out. Now, the Heavenly Father has allowed this truth, all right, and other platforms as well, all right, as the scriptures say, their own tongues will fall on themselves, to get out there, all right, and ultimately, this devil is being overcome, all right, by mere speech, you see, but he's, as the scriptures say, he's more subtle than any other beast of the field, you see, and we know that the Greeks, because this is the Greco-Roman Empire reincarnated, although we know Rome gave them their power seat, okay, the very head of this beast system is the Greeks. And when you go into what the Greeks did here in First Maccabees, the first chapter and the 41st verse, as we've been going into that history a lot lately, it says, moreover, King Antiochus, wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. See that? This is nothing but another attempt at the Tower of Babel, making a one world government, bringing all of the heathen up under your rule, as the scriptures say in Habakkuk, all right, that he would try to gather unto himself. Let's get that. Habakkuk, the second chapter, and the fifth verse. As a matter of fact, let's start at 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." We're going to have to live by faith in these times. And this man is going to be operating in a very, very wicked manner. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, his philosophies, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He's all over the world doing his evil. Okay, with the backing of, the NATO and the EU, Babylon the Great. All right, goes through the four corners of the earth, destroying, rape, robbing, and murdering, along with Israel. Okay, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See? And he wants all people under his dominion, under his control. All right. And before he does that, he's going to make you bow to his image. As you can see here, 1 Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom, all right, that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. All right, meaning you're going to have to put aside your beliefs. You're going to have to put aside, all right, your standard, which we know according to the scriptures, we were commanded to set a standard, to declare and publish, all right, and conceal not. See? Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. And you see the strange laws of the land being implemented today. One recent is that juice. Okay. Others are you're not going to be able to have talking points against these weirdo activities we see being spread, even onto children. You're not going to be able to speak against particular things. All right. And when you go into the history, the Greeks also, okay, as we go into that history, speaking of Antiochus, and what the Greeks did, it says here, it says his plan to revenge involved the Jews of Alexandria. The king decreed that they were to be subjected to a registration, all right, that involved a poll tax. And this is what this is all about. All right, taxing your ass, man, being able to, basically, by the time you get what you're owed, everything will be taken out. You see, they're doing that on one level, but once that MOTB is set up, as they say, you will own nothing and be happy. See, and they'll be able to basically track, trace your carbon footprint. All right, will be tied to your digital ID. All right, which you have access to. All of these things are back. But as you can see here, he set up a registration that involved a poll tax and reduction of status to the level of slaves. In addition, the registration included being branded with an ivy leaf shape, a symbol of the god Dionysus. Okay, the monarch also decreed through a letter that many Jews outside of Alexandria were to be delivered to the city in chains after undergoing forms of harsh treatment. Those who handed the Jews over to the authorities were given substantial monetary rewards. During the process of registering this large number of Jews, the second divine intervention in the story occurred. God made the writing materials used by scribes to run out, so the registration was impeded. So the Lord stepped in, but as you can see, they, when you go into the history of what was happening with the Greeks, they set up a system where you had to be branded, you see? And what we're telling you is that very system is back today, okay, in the form of the charagma, okay, in the form of that charagma, man, okay, and we are here, all right, we are here where the devil himself is doing the same thing. This devil, all right, is basically telling you that you are going to have to put off, all right, your beliefs. And now they're telling you that the U.S. Constitution is a threat to their democracy. See that? The New York Times has gone full anti-American and declared that the U.S. Constitution represents a threat to American democracy. You know, their liberal policies where, you know, everybody should have, you know, a right to practice their, you know, their freakism. As long as it's freaky and anti-Messiah, you're good, all right? But if you're standing for righteousness, all right, ultimately you pose a threat to their democracy. See? And over the years, you've seen them push all of these perversions, all right? And it was just ridiculous. Now, all right, they're able to pass laws based upon these perversions. And if you have something against it, all right, you can be deemed a terrorist. All right. So here we go. All right. In a stunning admission, the New York Times has published an article titled "The Constitution is Sacred. Is it also dangerous?" So they're putting that out there. Freedom of speech. Now let's look at a few things that are given to you as rights within this whole Constitution, which the Constitution has really been done away with if you look at how they've been operating. All right. But as we get deeper and deeper and closer to the NWO being established, okay, these things will, you know, the freedom of speech, as you see here, freedom of religion, all of that, all right, will be punishable by, you know, eventually death. Again, 2 horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. We always get that. Salakia, in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay. Revelation, the 13th chapter and 11th verse. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now remember, this beast, all right, ultimately stems from, all right, the very beginning of this system, which started with the leopard, which are the Greeks, all right, and the dragon, which is the Romans. So the Greco-Roman Empire, all right, is back here today. All right. All you have to do is Google it, look it up at the customs that America follows, or even the Bill of Rights and all of these things. It's all an extension of that Greco-Roman system. Democracy itself, all right, comes from what? All right, Athens, Greece. Let's look it up. Okay. Born, not Brian, born. The first known democracy in the world was in Athens, an Athenian democracy, all right, developed around the 5th century BCE. All right, and it was a different, of course, but again, we're just letting you know that these ideas that are practiced today go back, okay, to the Greco-Roman Empire, which they got their gods, all right, from the, you know, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, all right. Remember the Greeks and the Romans, okay. The Greeks and the Romans, they studied Egyptian gods. Yes, ancient Greeks and Romans extensively studied and incorporated Egyptian gods into their own pantheon. See that? Pantheon, pan meaning all theon gods, because they worship many gods. But when it says that this is a Sodom in Egypt, all right, a spiritual Sodom in Egypt, speaking of America, Babylon, and Great, just know that the Greeks and the Romans were heavily, all right, into the Greek gods and idols, man. See, but when you get Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, This is America, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Dragon goes back to Draco, which also goes back to the Greeks. Draconian measures. Okay? We just read some. Okay? Okay? All you have to do is just look these things up. Draconian Constitution or Draco's Code was a written law enforced by Draco in Athens near the end of the 7th century BC. Democracies usually lead, all right, to tyranny. And we see that being formulated now. Okay, it says it was written in response to the unjust interpretation and modification of oral law by Athenian aristocrats. All right, the clashing of the parties, same thing we're seeing today. But it was a harsh method of rule, and we see that being formulated here in this system. All right, but when you look at things that the Constitution grants you, so-called, right, which really you don't have it, but freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly. You can peacefully assemble, right? Freedom from cruel, and unusual punishment, okay? Which they violated all of these things. Right to a fair trial by jury, okay? But all of the judges and everything is paid off. Right to bear arms. And if you look at what's happening, you have all of these shootings, again, close to an election, all of these, shootings and, so that they can take away the arms from the people. And the main people that are going to rebel, all right, against them doing away with the Constitution is these so-called white people, man. You're not going to be able to take these guns from these Americans. Americans have the most guns out of any country. The civilians have the most guns of any country in the world. See? Protection from unreasonable search and seizure. They damn sure, all right, have implemented, false flags to impose on these rights. Case in point, 911, okay, brought about the Patriot Act. You see? To where you can be carted off. And now we're at the point where, if you have particular beliefs, you can just be tied to terrorism and carted off. Okay? Protection of individual liberties. You don't have any more individual liberties. So as we can see, the powers that be, okay, and people are so stupid, they're going to call for this as this devil uses his news and his media. All right, let's get the book of Psalms 140 real quick. Let's get Psalms 140 real quick, because he instills it in the people's mind via that media. All right, and he uses witchcraft, and he basically gets people to believe and fight in an agenda that really doesn't benefit them. This is the book of Psalms 140 and 1. Deliver me from the evil man, preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. They're getting ready to wage war on you people. Okay? They have sharpened their swords, their tongues like a serpent. Okay? Adder's poison is under their lips. Okay? Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who has proposed to overthrow my goings. And this is what they're doing. They're setting up snares. Okay, they have unrighteous decrees that they've already, prescribed, written down. All right, and the necessary, pawns are at play to give them the ability to establish these things. Now, the word sharpen, okay, is shanan. I believe this is the one. No, I think it's, this is it. To sharpen, to whet, okay, to be pierced. And that's ultimately what it's going to go. But as you can see here, teach diligently, okay, to inculate. Let's look up the word inculate, okay. And they pierce your soul, your spirit with these lies, but they want to pierce you, all right, carnally as well, okay, to instill an idea to be persistent. So in the news, they're very persistent in instilling ideas that particular type of people, all right, who have particular talking points, who have particular beliefs, okay, are a threat to America's democracy, okay? And this whole liberal, ideology is a stain on it. Liberal is tied to democracy, meaning everybody should, I believe everybody should be able to do what the hell they want to do. Everybody should have a, representation, and you've seen over the years, especially under the Obama administration, under the Biden administration, which even, the Democrats, they act like they're so against these things, but when they get in office, they don't overrule these particular policies and laws. It's all a big scam. The brothers Ariala and Ruchaya Kwam, those elders did a video earlier going into that on their news and on their algorithm. Okay? But you can read this, but as you can see, they're using the pawns like Elon Musk and Donald Trump that are supposed to be opposed, all right, to them taking away free speech. As you can see here, Elon Musk weighed in and highlighting the true goal of the radical left. So you have the radical left versus the radical right. And as you can see, that's that two horns like a lamb, okay, that they're using, those two opposing sides, this bipartisan system. But the end result is that they will speak as a dragon and take away your rights, okay? One of the biggest threats to America's politics might be the country's founding document. And this is what these everyday so-called white people who believe in America, they're going to fight for that. They're going to fight for what their founding fathers, because remember, their founding fathers warned against this very system that's being established. All right. So long live America and our Constitution. So Elon Musk, okay, Donald Trump. Here you go. Yep. I believe that's Thomas Jefferson. You know what it doesn't say in the Constitution? Give up your rights to appease some crybaby liberals. Yeah, some crybaby saying, well, I believe 8-year-olds should be able to change their sex. I believe that a man should be able to, compete against women. I believe this, I believe that. All of these weird things, crying in the streets about, the right to abort children, all of that stupid stuff. You see? And really, they're attacking the scriptures, because it's the scriptures that really go against all of this madness that they're doing. You see? Another one here, okay? Tony Blair threatens to take control of the internet to protect democracy. So we're seeing it. As a matter of fact, let's get the book of Isaiah 32, right? Because Esau's been figured out. See? So now he has to move, all right, in opposition to the truth of the matter, because let's get it here in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. See, in a democracy, what the majority of the people want, all right, they're able to pass laws on it. So they're using the news and all of these various different, forms of witchcraft to make you to believe that all of the people in the world, all right, are about the trans life. All of the people in the world are about all of these perversions. Now they're passing laws centered around that. You see how it works? And that's just a small example. There's so much more, but let's get the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith that shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. See that? So because of that, okay, Revelation, the 12th chapter tells us what? Revelation 12 and 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahushua. So we're seeing All right, over in Europe, the UK, you have people going to the internet, which a lot of them are agent provocateurs. All right, but basically people are being thrown in jail. All right, behind what they're posting onto the internet. It's all a ploy. All right, to attack free speech, and these things are coming to the Americas. All right, but former British Prime Minister Tony Blair has threatened to take control of the internet in the interest of protecting democracy. As you have all of these, you know, migrants coming over, the borders are open. People have opinions against that. They're tying that to racism. So if you're on the internet speaking against migrants being allowed into your country, you know, over there in the UK in certain parts, you can get in trouble. Okay, you can be your post could lead to violence against certain migrants. So you need to be shut down. Okay, and cracking down on independent media, as we you brothers may not know. Let's see if I can bring that up. Blacklisted news is gone. You go to blacklistednews.com, which was a good source of, you know, news for people like us, right? Stuff we into. But as you can see here, blacklisted news. This message is to thank you all and let you know that after 18 years online, I will no longer be publishing. It was a very hard decision, but I am confident that it is the right one. I believe everything that could be accomplished what the website has, and it's time to focus on the next thing. So most likely he was approached. Most likely he was threatened. Okay? So you go to blacklistednews.com. Okay, what did he say? If you're interested in Texas history and outdoorsmen or both, my new project, yada, it ain't talking about everything that he's talking about here. See? It's different. So most likely he was approached. We saw the CEO of, I believe, what's that platform, was arrested. Let's see here. Telegram CEO was arrested in France. Okay, they took that down, but yeah, here we go. Snowden says arrest of Telegram founder is an assault on basic human rights. So we can see where this is all going, man. Okay? Blair, who was WF aligned, he's aligned with these people, okay? Labour Party has imposed some of the harshest free speech crackdowns in modern British history in the wake of the anti-border riots that swept UK out last month. He told LBC Radio this week that rules are needed to determine what information is allowed on social media. The world is going to have to come together and agree on some rules around social media platforms, Blair warned. And we know what happened in Brazil. I believe they kicked, see if I can find that. I think I have a, yep. X goes offline in Brazil after Elon Musk refusal to comply with local laws. So Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and many of these people are really a part of the plan. They're insiders, right? But they're being used by the left hand, all right, as a false sense of hope, as a false sense of rebellion against the NWO, all right, as some hope for America, as some hope for free speech, all right. But these big names will be used to attack the masses, all right. One of the world's most popular social media networks, X, has gone offline in Brazil. All right, the country with the fifth largest digital population after Musk's refusal to comply with local laws meant it was blocked by the Supreme Court. Okay. Millions of Brazilian users found themselves unable to access the network on Saturday morning as the internet providers and mobile phone companies began to enforce the ban. Okay. When The Guardian tried to access the network on his own computer and mobile phone, it received a message reading, "Seems like you lost connectivity. We'll keep trying." Okay, and you can look more into that. But they're even talking about arresting this guy. Okay? Could Elon Musk actually be arrested and canceled? No, he's an insider. He's a part of the plan. But again, as you can see, they're using him in this talk of free speech as a means, all right, to attack you. Again, let's get it here. In Isaiah 32 and 3, the eyes of them that see shall not be dim. Jake is waking up. The people are waking up. Okay? The working class. People are mad at the way things are going, man. People are taken to the internet and they're seeing the evil of this world. But the true awakening is happening amongst the elect of the nation of Israel. And the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart of the rash shall understand knowledge. And the tongue of stammers shall be able to ready to speak plainly. And that's us. Give me 1 second here. That's the elect, man. Okay? People, you know, we're looked at and ridiculed. We a byword, but here it is. We're ready to speak this word plainly. Okay, it says the heart of the rash shall understand knowledge. The Lord has given us ears to hear and eyes to see, as it is promised. Okay, in the book of Baruch, in the land of our captivity, we will remember ourselves. So that means the vile person, Esau, shall no more be called liberal. See? And this whole democracy is tied, all right, to being liberal. Let's look it up. What does it mean to be a liberal? What does it mean to be a liberal? Liberals share the root with liberty, see? But it's liberty in a wicked sense. It's liberty to do what the hell you want to do. It's liberty to do as thou wilt, okay? And can mean anything from generous to loose, all right, to broad-minded, opening your mind, all right? Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, okay? Let's see here. What is the liberal democracy? Let's see what that says. In liberal democracy, an elected government cannot discriminate against specific individual or groups when it administers justice. You see how this is a snare? So they've used their media to just parade all of these freaks around, okay? And now, synonymously, they're telling you you can't speak against it. All right? All of this weirdo activity that just doesn't make sense. All of these, laws that are destroying countries. If you say something against them, all right, you can now be subject to being jailed. Protect basic rights such as freedom of assembly and speech. For who, though? See how it's a snare? Okay. Let's see here. You could look, and I believe liberals deal with more government control in your everyday lives so you can depend on them. This is why they want all of those, migrants over here. Or this is why they, dangle the hot link in front of Jake's face. They're always acting like they want to help so-called black people. Okay? They always, they act like, the whole BLM thing. Okay? Black Lives Matter. That's an example. But at the root of it, they wanted to destroy the patriarch. As a matter of fact, I got this video. I'll pull it up later. Let me see if I can pull it up because I want to go into this as well. Let me see if I can find it. This dude, Jesse Lee Peterson. Here we go. Let's see. Let me bring this real quick.
Did you know that Black Lives Matter was an organization that was founded by a bunch of fat black lesbians who hate God, who hate the family, order of the family, who hate the unborn child? And they admitted, at least one of them, that they're a Marxist group and they've been trained to do what they're doing. Did you know it was founded by some fat black lesbians?
Wow. So first of all,
did you know that?
What we're not going to do is insult folks, right?
Well, they claim to be lesbians, and they're black. I didn't do it.
So.
But did you know they were founded by them?
I personally know them, right? So we're going to stop that part.
And you knew that before they did. What made you join, knowing that? Because normally men don't follow women like that. What?
But as you can see, really, this whole thing was a psyop. And Jake, you followed it. Jake followed it, but the whole thing, which I did videos against it, they changed the website. But when you used to go to the website of BLM, it let you know that it was an assault against the nuclear family, patriarchy, all right, and the establishment of alphabet people as leaders. And this guy is an alphabet person. I believe he's a sodomite, but he's funny, He's funny. He's a clown, but, he says some things that are okay. But
you know that Black Lives Matter was an organization that was founded by a bunch of fat black lesbians who hate God.
See that? Hate God, hate the family, and he's right.
Just play this video real quick.
And I'm gonna get to this one because Esau there's a lot going on, man. But let's finish this up. You see, you notice the Dems are big on playing, all right, on the emotions of you so-called blacks, man, especially. Okay. It says the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. See. The vile person is no more being called liberal. People are waking up to this liberal crap. They're mad at it. They're tired of it. See? So he's no longer being looked at as a hero. People are waking up to his democracy all over the world. Okay? A lot of these nations are pissed off about the history of how democracy was forced on them and how it presented itself as something good, but the end result, just like the garden. See? Just like in the garden. Remember, this is the serpent. The scriptures say that old serpent called the devil and Satan, that is the one who rules the earth today. But you still got people, somebody left me a comment on a video I did, the serpent in the garden wasn't a literal snake. This dude left a message, he really believes that it's a snake. This is why you people, a true new world needs to be established, because leasing is at hand, lies, all of this madness has, controlled the narrative for so long that you people are beyond healing, man. You just got to be destroyed, man. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord. See that? That's what the liberal have done. All of them, but the liberal, okay, has what? Practiced hypocrisy and uttered error against the Lord, and to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. He's going to what? Cause this word, all right, to stop, all right, being spread abroad, man. See? The instruments of the churl are evil. These are evil instruments. Let's look up this word instruments, because that's what all of this is. These are his instruments, his many trains, man. He does not stop, and he's able to present these things as if he's good. He's trying to help you, but really, he's trying to enslave your ass, man. Kalia, article, vessel, implement, utensil. Okay, vessel, music. Okay, weapon. He has many forms of weapon. Okay, he has many instruments, and at the forefront, it's like, wow, this man is really here to help me. But what's the end result? He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So the needy speaking right, but he's setting up a situation where he's getting ready to take away your free speech. Let's check this out.
The question of jurisdiction as well. The server will be in one country, the person writing the message will be in another country. We've arguably seen this a little bit with the riots recently. But do you foresee a point in the not too distant future where other countries are going to have to follow Brazil's lead and take actual action against platform owners for the dissemination of disinformation?
Well, I'd certainly see a position where the world's going to have to come together and agree some rules around social media platforms. And I think that's quite what the answer is and what the right system of regulation is, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there should be, and there's got to be, because it's not just how people can provoke, hostility and hatred. But I think, and I don't know what the answer to this is. And I'm just saying that
We can't carry on as we are.
But we can't carry on as we are. And I think the impact on young people, particularly, when they got access to mobile phones very young, and they're reading a whole lot of stuff and receiving a whole lot of stuff that I think is really messing with their minds.
Because Generation Z, Gen Z, they're going to lead a rebellion along with these red-blooded Americans. They're going to lead a rebellion against, this system. See that? So misinformation is dangerous. All right. Social media is good, but it's also bad when people are using it in a way that can cause a riot, threaten, and intimidation, suggest that we should attack somebody. It's not acceptable. See? Now, Trump, here's another one. Let's see. Trump, on the other hand, is vowing to restore free speech and punish the deep state, and the goons engaged in censorship. You see how he's being set up? Okay? He's being set up as the savior. And we always show you, when you look up this two horns like a lamb, the word horns, the word horns is savior. Kamala is a savior to a lot of you people. Kiras, just to get to the point, a mighty and valiant helper, author of deliverance of the Messiah. All right. And Donald Trump is being looked at as a Messiah. See, let's just type in Donald Trump Messiah. See what comes up. Messiah or naughty boy. To his supporters, Trump is a martyred Messiah. And he's supposed to be into the Bible. So they're setting it up to where they're getting ready to, Christian TV evangelicals fire up Trump support with messianic message. Trump is no savior. Why the Christian right believe Donald Trump is anointed by God? So you see, the left is all into this craziness, but the right is supposedly to uphold, Christian principles, republic, order, all of that. These are the laws. This is what, and it's all the same BS, but it's just worded different. Okay. And it's all going to get you to the chip. But as you can see, Trump being shut down, Musk being shut down could lead to your ass being shut down and people like us being attacked. But as you can see here, Trump is vowing to restore free speech. You see how they're playing it? Trump has vowed to sign an executive order that will restore free speech in America and punish federal employees who engage in illegal censorship of Americans. People who hear this are like, wow, this is the guy. See? But no, again, ain't this the same guy who said, if you speak against the small hats, you should be put to death? I will sign an executive order banning any federal employee from colluding to limit free speech. We will fire every federal bureaucrat who is engaging in domestic censorship under the Harris regime, Trump declared. So they got you people right where they want you. Two horns like a lamb, but they're getting ready to speak as a dragon.
Then the story gets written the exact opposite of what it is. You start to lose faith in the press, I will tell you. But I will sign an executive order banning any federal employee from colluding to limit speech, and we will fire every federal bureaucrat who is engaged in domestic censorship under the Harris regime. We will do that.
The deep state is the Rothschilds, but this puppet will never say it. Yeah, I like to. I'm a comment guy, man. But and some people are waking up to the fact that nothing's going to change under this guy. It's all the same thing. But if the Yeah, that, and again, let's get Isaiah 10 Job 20. All right, Job 20 and 11. The scripture said, "Never trust your enemies." It said, "His bones are full of the sins of his youth, which you shall lie down with him in the dust." He was created to be wicked. All right, he's the same serpent from the garden, man. Okay, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. So he hides it under his tongue. Okay, that's what the Native Americans said, that he spoke with a forked tongue. He say one thing and he does another. Though he spared and forsaken not, but keep it still in his mouth. Okay, he has swallowed down riches. This man is the wicked. Okay, let's see where we at. 45 minutes. All right, get a few more. So there you go. So you can see how they're trying to play the left against the right. All right, and the end result is that they're going to take away all of you people's rights to bring about peace and safety as more attacks are coming. Okay, you have this situation here with this dude. All right, 4 dead, 30 injured in school shooting. Okay, but the dude was a trans, and he said, see if we can find it. See if we can look it up. All right, alleged. Yes, always alleged with Esau. School shooter's father says son was bullied at school, called GAY by classmates. Very difficult. You see that? So they can take this narrative and then say talking points online, talking points against this group of people, all right, are causing these people to go crazy. Here it is. This dude then shot up, all right, people, and he was into that trans stuff. But the narrative that they're pushing is, well, hey, he was frequently called GAY. Then they put the innocent looking pictures. Hey, these people are the complete devil, man. These people are the devil. And he's struggling with mental health. And there's a lot of these type of people who are doing these shootings lately. The Alphabet gang. Anyway, you could see how they could take these situations and use them as a means to say, we have to stop these talking points, which really it'll give them the go ahead to stop upright conversation, as we always bring out. Let's get that in Psalms 37. Psalms the 37th chapter. All right. Let's see, it's around 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow. All right, and their sword is more than their weapons. This is this propaganda that they're laying, this snare that they're laying, because this is nothing but a snare. Okay, have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. But their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. The arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. And see, we need divine intervention, man, because they're laying snares. See, they're laying snares, all right, for people who who have particular talking points, man. Okay, but they're setting it up. All right, these two horns like a lamb, they're setting it up. Okay, so they can get everybody on each side that they're going to be on, and then make their move, man. Okay. So I just wanted to get into some, things surrounding free speech. Could Elon Musk actually be arrested and canceled? Very interesting. Now, I wanted to get this as well. This is the brother Arya Kayal. Subscribe and be edified. He did this video called "This Dude is an Agent" and was set up by Esau to do his bidding. Check this out. Now, if you don't know, here in Dallas, some weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, this dude who's a Moor, okay, shot some police up. Okay, triple officer shooting in Dallas that left 1 dead and 2 hospitalized. This dude was a Moor. The Moors deal with all of the, the laws and, they're sovereign, yada, yada, yada. But check this out. Check out how this can all go. Because all of these different situations that we've seen pop up over these years, involving so-called Hebrew Israelites, all right, shootings and that, they come and they disappear, but they're all going to be brought to the forefront when they make their assault. And you're going to see the likes of Vocab Malone, all right, breaking things down, all right, and eventually we're going to be public enemy number 1. We just saw what what the Greeks did with Jake, right? So keep an eye out and stay prayed up. But check this out.
Quick. See if it'll play. And let me just play this video. I'm pretty much sure that most of you haven't heard about, the cops being ambushed and shot in Dallas 3 days ago. I believe it was in Dallas, somewhere in Texas. And this is the dude that did it right here. Okay, you see him, he got the turban on and all that.
And many, all right, terrorists over these years, especially these last 10, 15 years, have looked like this. So-called black men with beards, turbans, and they always, all right, are tied to Islam, all right, and they're always tied, all right, in a lot of cases, to being an Israelite on some level. Now, keep in mind that this group IUIC, right, when you go to their 501c3, all right, exemption, they're labeled under Islam. See that? They're labeled Islamic, and I find that weird. Why is a Israelite group labeled as Islam? Maybe they can give some insight to that. Why not Christian? But Islamic. I find that very interesting. And now you have IUIC linking with the Muslims and doing videos with them to save black, stop violence. It's just a weird environment. Anyway, check this out.
And let me just play this video real quick. See if it'll play.
You see these devils, bro, they know who we are. You know what I'm saying? They know that we're the chosen children of the house of Israel. And
he said, you see these devils know we the chosen children of the house of Israel. This was on his social media. See, and that's that social media thing, because there's a lot of plants. There's a lot of people who are plants, man, even in some of the camps. Okay? Even in GMS, there's plants. Okay? And they're presenting themselves as like these upstanding brothers. But soon they're going to flip. This is why we need the Lord, man. They're approaching certain brothers with money. Brothers, Jake could do anything, man. All these fickle, Jake is fickle, man.
they know like they trying to destroy everybody. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you better be protected and listen to what I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, the earth for to be destroyed because they want to destroy everybody. They want everybody to fall into sin. You see these devils?
These devils, they're going to destroy everything. Come on now.
That's one of his videos, and people were going to his page on Instagram to get those videos. Now I'm gonna go to Instagram real quick and show you a couple of videos. I believe this dude right here is a straight up agent, and I'm about to show you why. Okay, so I got a couple of. I'm gonna show you this one first. Is a picture of him.
See,
with
the fringes on.
Because he claims to be a Moor. Okay, a Moor and a Hebrew Israelite. So you see, he got the t-shirt fringe on, and he has the turban on. All right, this dude was all over the place.
Yeah.
Right, and this one caught my eye too. where he's pretty much
Get your gold star. Just to live.
doing rap songs with his face on, JC, I'll say. I don't like really saying, the J word. So yeah, he has his face here on JC, playing, his little rap music or whatever, his little song he made or what have you, which just shows you this dude is bugged the hell out. Okay, we got another one here.
Down in the face, it's within me. We are good and evil, strangely mixed. Circle 7. You didn't know? Did you know that most walking around don't have a soul? How can you be an angel when you don't want to grow? How can you be wiped up when you being a hoe? How can you be a leader when you leading her wrong? You supposed to protect and provide what you pass due on loans. Judge then be judged.
And it's always them fucking Shiva Jadas, man. But my question, and this is the kicker right here, that he's posting.
Prophets shall rise. They say, and many false prophets shall rise, read, and shall deceive many. And they're not thinking that this is happening today. Where are false prophets at? I'm just wondering.
And then
He got one body, Yahweh Shai, on his page. Very interesting, which we know they sold out.
So if everybody...
So he knows that he's so-called, he knows that he's a Hebrew Israelite at the end of the day, as you can see. But the people that he shot, they was so-called black cops, okay, Hebrew Israelite cops from the tribe of Judah, and he shot them, and he didn't shoot any, Edomite cops. He shot Jake cops. All right, now.
And you notice every time it gets close to an election, there's all these shootings. Because one of the things they want to do away with is your right to bear arms. The Second Amendment protects the right to own firearms for self-defense, right? Which the Constitution is what they're, because these beliefs stand in the way of the New World Order. This is why they're collapsing this system. One of the reasons why they're collapsing this system. Let's go back.
This whole thing right here is real fishy, man.
That's right.
All right, he does this, and you got a lot of people finding his page, okay, on Instagram, and then posting up a lot of this. They were posting up,
He bringing out prophecies, China. Pretty sure he's talking about Russia. So who knows? I believe it's a plant. We're living in some very, very, interesting times. Okay, this is the book of Sirach 51. Let's see here. And 2, for thou art my defender and helper, and has preserved my body from destruction and from the snare of the slanderous tongue and from the lips that forge lies, and has been my helper against my adversaries. So that's what they're getting ready to do. They're getting ready to accuse us, the accuser of the brethren. See? It has delivered me according to the multitude of thy mercies and the greatness of thy name from the teeth of them that were ready to devour me, and from the hands of such that sought after my life, and from the manifold afflictions that I have. See, from the choking of fire on every side, and from the midst of a fire which I kindle not. Here it is, the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Israelites, period, the ones who really out there sincerely teaching. We ain't out there to fight or kill nobody. Now they had them shoot so-called black cops, which either way it goes, that can be put on us. Okay? It says, let's see here. From the depth of the belly of hell, from an unclean tongue and from lying words, by an accusation to the king, from an unrighteous tongue, my soul drew near even unto death. So yeah, they're going to accuse us to the king. And everywhere you look, you see videos coming against the Hebrew Israelites. Everywhere, every time you look up, you see, and it's going to be our own people first. But again, these are the things that we have to, these are snares. Candace Owens, a snare. Okay? I believe it's in this chapter. Get a few more because I want to go into the MOTB, but I'm going to do another video after I do this one. While this iron's hot, but I didn't want to add it to this one and make it too long. This is the Isaiah 29:20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed. All that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man for an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing or not. They hate him that reproveth in the gate. So they're laying snares. These are all traps. all right, stuff like this, I believe, are traps. Okay, this is a snare. This is an insider, one of their own that they set up to say things that are true and on point. You see, most people look at it as and oohed and awed, and see their own tongues are falling on themselves. But at the same time, they're setting certain people up, all right, that are going to be fall people to come after people who are really bringing these things out. Candace Owens under FBI investigation for exposing elite, all right, pedo in Hollywood. What else is she exposing? The small hats, right? I mean, she's going in. If you look it up, okay. See if we can find something.
Post October 7th, the world, and especially I would say Zionists in media, were demanding that we all pay attention. And when we began to pay attention, we didn't like what we saw. You cannot tell me to ever feel comfortable with 18,000 children being ruthlessly murdered. You can't get me to feel comfortable as a Christian with the amount of more explosives dropped, tons of explosives dropped on Gaza than were dropped in Hiroshima. This doesn't make sense to me. Gaza is 30 miles long, 7 miles wide. It's incredibly dense population. And this is, by the way, according to Haaretz, that 40,000 Palestinians have been murdered. I believe they're getting those numbers from the Gaza Health Ministry. And here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture, okay? I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley. Post-October 7th.
You see that? Going in. But I believe it's a snare. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Anybody getting attention and who they're putting on the forefront, all right, 10 times out of 10 right now, they 9.9 times out of 10, right? You give that little 0.1% of this being the actual person who feels this way, okay? Or maybe she really feels that way, but they're allowing her to cook. I believe she's set up. I believe all of these people are set up on some level. But it's a beautiful time because the Lord is allowing these narratives and things to come out because he's going to make Esau make that move. Esau has to make his move before the Lord makes his move. We have to be brought through the fire. See, but these talking points are these devils they're going to make a move. But she's going in. But I believe that this is a part of the snare that they're laying to come against the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Okay, but she's going in on the stuff that we go in on. Right? Now she's under investigation. So basically they're letting you know if you come out, please let me immediately advise you of new threats against me, my family, including my daughter, also a Jewish public figure, wrote. So now people are saying her talking points are leading to, you know, them being threatened. Yesterday, before more than 1 million people in a live X feed, who he called arch anti-Semites, Candace Owens, arguably the foremost female Jew hater in America, accused me of trying to murder her in some collaboration with the world Zionists, thereby putting a national target on my back, naming me specifically, all right, from all American Jewish leaders, yada, yada, yada. There you go, the JEW hater. Revelation 3:9. Who's out on the highways and the byways bringing these things out? Who's, you know, they use Kyrie, they use Kanye for this whole anti-Sim thing. And they're not going to come straight to us. They're going to go this route because they know we're going to ask, all right, the necessary questions. What is a Semite? Who's Sim? What are you talking about? very interesting. But I believe it's a snare. Anyway, I think that's it. U.S. government now in control of AI models. Any AI that doesn't parrot disinformation propaganda and lies will be banned. All right. So they're going to use AI to fight against the truth. Anyway, as the scriptures say, let's get Revelation 17. Revelation 17 and 14. These shall make war with the Lamb. Speaking of this beast system, and the Lamb shall overcome them. That war starts now. All right, because they're coming after this word because they're being overcome. But anyway, I just wanted to get into a few things dealing with because at the end of the day, this is all going to lead to a famine of the word. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Shalom.